Thank you for tuning in to Nevada Justice. We are Parker Shear Lagomarsino. Born and raised in Las Vegas and with over 15 years of legal experience, attorney Andre Lagomarsino has served as counsel in a wide variety of cases. Along with attorneys Daniel M. Ryan and Elizabeth Crommelin, they make up the law firm of Parker Shear Lagomarsino. The information you obtain from the show is not, nor is it intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney for advice regarding your individual situation. We invite you to contact us at 702-731-1230 and welcome your calls. Contacting us does not create an attorney-client relationship. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nevada Justice.
Welcome to Nevada Justice, everyone.
Hello.
Today, we have in studio Stephanie Moore, our paralegal at Parker Shear Lagomarsino. She has been with us since about 2007. I can't believe it's been that long.
Veteran.
Yes.
Very old.
Rebecca Reyes, our co-hostess with the mostest always.
Hello.
And Max LARDENT will be joining us shortly.
Yes.
In addition to all of the other topics that we always discuss, we're going to be talking about legal careers this session. And as part of our interviews, we have interviews for Stephanie Moore and, if we have time, Rebecca Reyes.
I'm nervous about this because I haven't even been debriefed on what.
Oh, yeah. We have some questions.
are.
We have some questions for both of you.
Singers.
I expect some honesty. Honesty is
Of
the best
course.
policy always.
Always.
Yes. Yes. So glad to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Today also is the opening game for the UNLV Rebels. So let's
Go
go
Rebs.
Rebels.
You're going to go
That's right.
see that, right?
Yes, I am going to head down there.
Rebel girls.
Rebel girls. That's right. That's right. They have cheerleaders there? I didn't even notice that. Usually they just have basketball. That's all I've noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pom-pom girls, I know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if that's the right title for them.
Yeah. Well, they work hard, those ladies, and
They do.
we appreciate what they do for the crowd at the Rebel game.
Before we get into Stephanie's interview, I just want to remind our listeners that if you want to get in contact with us off the air, you can reach our firm at Parker Shear Lagomarsino at 702-383-2864, or you can contact us via email at radio@parkershear.com. So we've already introduced our special guest, Stephanie, but I want to tell you a little bit more about her background. So Stephanie Moore is a paralegal for Parker Shear Lagomarsino. She joined the firm in 2007. Stephanie drafts affirmative and responsive discovery, settlement demands, client correspondence, and assists with all trials. In addition, Stephanie works closely with clients to obtain treatment updates, responds to inquiries, and communicates regularly with insurance adjusters and defense counsel. She graduated from UNLV with a degree in criminal justice, and during her free time likes to play with Ellie, her golden doodle.
I love my little doodle.
She's so cute. She looks just like a toy.
Yep.
I
Yes.
can't.
Teddy bear.
Yeah, sometimes in the office
Completely.
we'll have people be able to bring in their dogs, and she is one of the dogs that did come in. We were discussing today, one of our associates, Danny Ryan, has an office next to Stephanie, and Stephanie likes to come in on the weekends occasionally and do some work, and she did come in one time with her dog. Her dog also left a little present for Danny Ryan
While he was in the
while he was
office.
there next to him.
Right next to him.
Yes, but we did clean it
A
up.
little tree.
That is our
Yeah.
job at Parker Shear Lagomarsino. We do clean up messes. So in this case, it was a doggy do. But
Dre is nice enough to let us bring our furry children
Yes.
to work on
She
occasion.
is.
So, Steph, let's just get right into it. I'm going to give
Okay.
you your questions now. Can you tell us a little bit about where you're from and what brought you to Las Vegas?
Okay, well, I am from Grand Junction, Colorado, originally born and raised. Went to elementary, middle, and high school out there, and then I applied for UNLV Las Vegas, got accepted, and then decided to extend my education and come to Las Vegas to get a bachelor's degree.
Why did you decide to come to Las Vegas? Of all places, from Colorado to Las Vegas.
Honestly, I came out here with my mom and looked at the campus. I really liked it, and the dorms were clean and new compared to Colorado dorms. And it all looked fresh, and it was extremely appealing. I really liked it, and I just decided to apply. At the time, they really wanted students, so
follow-up question. What did your parents think about their daughter coming to Las Vegas?
I know, so far away.
I know.
And you're close to your parents. too.
Really close. They weren't extremely excited about it, but, UNLV at the time had an exchange student policy where it wasn't out-of-state tuition, but it wasn't in-state tuition, but it was close.
Like a medium.
Yeah. So I got that scholarship, and then I came out to Las Vegas. It was cheaper than going to the University of Colorado Boulder. So,
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
wow. Now, why did you decide to major in criminal justice? It's hard picking a major.
I was undecided for 2 years, and I just kind of took, the entry-level classes, and I just, took a law class, and I was just intrigued by it versus anything else in the first 2 years, and it just kind of had a rippling effect. I just went from there.
Isn't that funny? I mean, I remember when I started, I didn't have grand aspirations to be a lawyer. Sometimes you hear people and they say, "Oh, I knew when I was a kid. I used to, go to courtroom trials as a kid and wanted to be a lawyer." That was my old boss. He'd say he'd go in the summers and go to trials. And Danny Ryan, an associate, said I wanted to be a lawyer, since I was a kid. For me, it was the same thing. I was undecided. Then I started and I went into poli-sci, and I was like, well, that seems like a lot of work. Let me switch majors. So then I went into English with an idea of law, but I get you there. Sorry to totally hijack your idea.
No, you're fine.
But
And now you're doing a lot of work.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay.
And also, I liked it because it was not math and science.
Yes, I'm awful at math, so I completely
I agree.
understand. Do you feel like your schooling, getting a major in criminal justice, really prepared you for what it entails becoming a paralegal?
Not really.
Yeah.
I went to all 4 years, criminal justice major. What I've learned at the firm is completely opposite from what I learned in the classroom.
And more
It's all
specific.
hands-on experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is a criminal justice degree like? What kind of classes do you take?
Rebecca, you can help me out with this one.
Yes, I also got my degree in criminal justice. I know we had a class where we did a lot of like mock trial setup kind of stuff, which I think was similar, but it wasn't really anything that was applied to what we do now.
I don't ever remember taking a class that was Law 101
Yeah.
or anything relating to that.
Yeah, in Nevada, there are certain states that require certain certifications for paralegals. Nevada is not one of them. But I'll tell you, I think the program that we have at Parker Shear Lagomarsino really starts you off knowing not much. I mean, you have both of you are criminal justice majors, and that's a good foundation to start. But both of you it's a learn-as-you-go situation.
Definitely.
Stephanie didn't have the benefit of anybody to train her except for
You.
me. Here's this. Pick it up and figure it out. That's the training. But a lot of other paralegals in our office have been having the benefit of Stephanie training them. Rebecca Reyes
Oh
also
my
is
God.
one of them. And,
Yes.
I didn't realize that would be the way to go, but Denise Becerra, who's now Valdivia,
Recently married.
Yeah. We had a conversation the other day, and she said that Stephanie really provides some great training for the new paralegals, assistants, and file clerks that do come in.
That's how I learned pretty much everything. I mean, I remember when I first started going to Steph, for every single question I had for a good solid year, it would go for you for everything, and I still do so.
And now look at you.
No, I still need your help, believe me.
You're out of the nest.
Well, did you start out your career as a paralegal when you graduated?
No, I would say no. I was doing a lot of miscellaneous. Filing, going back and forth from offices, doing runs. Nothing too comprehensive at first. And I just kind of grew. One thing led to the other, and now here I am.
You've seen the law firm grow from when you started
Yes.
to now. How many employees were there when you started compared to now?
I think there was 3.
right?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
And now we have almost 10.
Yeah, big crew now.
Yeah.
We've moved 3 places. We've expanded 3 times. Taken on new
Associates.
employees and associates. Yeah, I've seen it grow from the very beginning, really.
Yeah, I mean, the part of the training is just being able to figure it out, do something that you haven't done before. And I know Stephanie started answering the phones, started doing the filing. She had to deal with some very interesting personalities that were there to train her as well.
Yes.
And she had a nickname of
Oh,
I hate to embarrass her here.
No, I need to hear it.
It was a bad nickname because she had to. First of all, we had 2 offices, and we didn't have a lot of means, so we were renting one office, which was sharing space with another business, and we were renting another office, which was sharing space with another business. So Stephanie had to go back and forth, carrying files, 100-degree heat. And for those of you who don't know, Stephanie dresses very well at the
I'm a
office.
little
She's
bit
very
of a diva.
professional. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
High heels every day.
Yeah, she is extremely professional, and
I'm a little diva.
yes,
I will admit.
yes. So at 110 degrees, taking files across the street, back and forth, she had to do a lot, and of course, we all have to do those type of things. It's not what you exactly envision when you first come
Yes.
out and get your degree, but she did it, and she did it well. So
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're a paralegal now, but did you ever want to pursue another position in the legal world? Did you ever think maybe you'd be a lawyer or something along those lines?
Initially, when I wanted to get into law, I wanted to be an attorney. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to be the next biggest, baddest attorney, right? And then I get into it and I'm like, okay.
Never mind.
Well, I kind of like this a little better. I don't really like public speaking. I don't really want to stand in front of the jury. So, I'm extremely comfortable where I'm at. I'd rather do 17 quick things for the day versus one huge motion that's 70 pages in research law. So, I'm happy.
Can you tell us a little bit about the different jobs that you've had as a paralegal? I believe you also worked in California as a paralegal.
Yeah, I worked for Parker Shear, Lagomarsino here from 2007 to about 2009. That was my initial expertise, I guess, with the law. Then I moved to San Diego. Worked for a construction defect firm. It was fun. Honestly, it was a little boring. Not really a lot of client communication. It was a lot of spreadsheets. Then I ended up back here, and I've been back here, I think, for 4 years now. So, I get a lot of exposure, so I'm extremely happy with my position. I really like what I do. Yeah, I'm really happy.
Can you describe a typical workday for Stephanie at Parker Shear Lagomarsino?
Well, I come in. I always greet you and Denise.
I get
You
my
guys
good
meet us
morning
there.
every morning, yes. I'm there at 7:30.
Denise and Rebecca always beat everybody there.
Oh, God.
So, yes, I normally go greet everybody, whoever is there. I make a coffee in our 2.0 Keurig. And then...
By the way, we have like 18 different coffee and tea machines in the office.
It is awesome. If
Yes.
you need caffeine, that's where we're at.
Definitely.
So anyway, I make a coffee, check my email. I like to, if I have a big project, I like to either do it in the morning or in the afternoon. So if I'm on something big, I work on it either in the morning or the afternoon, and then quick things intermittently in between. So it breaks up my day really easy.
Do you find that you have mostly like big projects that take a lot of time, or do you have a lot of little projects, or does it just vary?
It varies, but it's a lot of both, actually. I have, for instance, our demand that we're trying to get out.
We worked on this like 28-page demand with 50 exhibits, and Stephanie was gracious enough to clean it up for me. And
It's a
Rebecca
sexual
did it
harassment
all.
case too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
They're
lot of
my
sexual
favorite.
harassment. I mean, 28
Yeah.
pages of harassment. Jeez.
Yeah.
it's so fun. It's like you're writing a little novella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty interesting.
Rebecca did all the work. I did 10%.
No.
But yeah, it's great. I really like doing what I do. I mix it up. If I'm bored with something, I'll move on to something else, go back to the other thing. Every day is different. That's what I really like about the job. A new case is coming in every day.
Mm-hmm.
You get a new plaintiff,
New task.
or a defendant for that matter, new task, new case. It's all brand new. So it's not redundant. You're not doing the same thing. And, it's all new territory, I guess, to go and dig and find out what we can find out.
Now, since you have been with Parker Shear Lagomarsino for so long, do you feel like you get a lot of questions throughout the day from the staff? I mean, I know I handle the questions all the time. So, and how do you balance helping everyone else with your own workload that you have to do?
I don't know. I just don't have. I don't really realize it at the time. It's so quick. If somebody has a question or if somebody needs like direction, it doesn't really take that much time to carve out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it may be, to help out that person. And then again, 2 months down the road, if I'm teaching somebody how to do a subpoena, they'll be able to do the subpoena. So it helps me out.
You're the best because you're so thorough too. Like whenever it's like school time with Stephanie, you like tell me
call it class.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, are you ready for class?
Always. What is the hardest part about being a paralegal? Is it the stress? Is it the projects?
It's definitely not the projects. It's more of, I guess it would be stress because we have deadlines, it's tight, there's things that you cannot move, there's no wiggle room. A lot of times if you don't get things in, if you don't file it on time, you just don't make that deadline. So we have to be extremely tight in our calendar, have reminders. It's a big part of our practice.
Just keeping organized.
That's number one, yes.
What tips can you give another paralegal? They're all dying to know.
Organization is number one. Calendaring is number two, I would say. Just being a team player is number three, really. You need to help out everybody else. Sometimes in our office specifically, I'll be slow and I'll say, hey, Rebecca, Denise, do you need something? Can I help you? And the same goes for me. It's kind of like a wave. It's either high or low, it's not really in between. So that's why it's good to have a team effort, really,
If you weren't a paralegal, what would you be doing? I'm very interested in what you have to say.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I would probably be doing something in fitness.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd be like a Pilates instructor, yoga teacher.
Pilates or yoga. I spend a lot of time in the studio. Might as well,
You do hot Pilates, right?
Hot Pilates, yep. Hot yoga. 100-degree rooms.
You're into a lot of, I can tell in the office, holistic type remedies.
I'm the hippie of the office for sure.
Okay, so tell us about doTERRA and your fascination with doTERRA.
Oh my gosh, it's like one of my dreams come true, doTERRA. If you've never experienced the essential oil, you should definitely try it out. It's basically an oil extracted from a plant. The oil that's extracted has some sort of what's the
Like
word?
a healing property?
Yeah, a property to heal whatever. I'm always running around the office saying, "Oh, you have a headache? You need peppermint."
Yes.
Put this eucalyptus on your elbow.
Yes, that's for when you're sick. Yep, I know.
We do. We have I have a little. It was a vaporizer or mister or
Yeah.
something that takes that oil and especially on the weekends I'll put some orange in there. It's just something because you're in an office on a weekend. You have to do something to spice it up.
Yeah.
At least if you feel like you're in a spa, it's a little nicer.
A little more bearable.
Yeah. But we have, as you mentioned, Rebecca, we have Keurig, we have a tea maker, we have, every
What's
little
the
nickname.
foamy thing? The wand.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, that's Andre's
Favorite.
little toy.
The frappe, as we call it,
Yes.
the little stir automatic.
Barista.
Yes, it is
We're very
a
fancy
key
over
part of
there.
what we do there. Caffeine assist. I have brought a blueberry Red Bull with us.
Yes, we have a
Yes.
Red Bull fridge at
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we do. So
With every flavor. Steph, last question.
Okay.
What do you like to do during your free time? We all know you have this little golden doodle.
My
but-
little baby, Ellie Ray. I love Elle. I take her out, try to do something outdoors. Love yoga, Pilates, snowboarding. I'm really into snowboarding. This last year I got my carving down. I'm extremely excited about that. So now this year I'm going to go out and shred the gnar, as they say. That's it really for my hobbies. I don't know what else I really do. I just lay low, really.
Well, dogs take up a lot of time anyway, so that's
Yes.
probably more than enough. Well, thank you so much, Steph. You're
Thank
going to
you.
stick around for the remainder of the show so you can have your little chats with us and help us talk about some legal news coming up. But first, we're going to take it to a commercial break, and we'll be back with Nevada Justice. Here in the Las Vegas Valley, Parker Shear Lagomarsino is dedicated to giving each of our law firm's clients the individual attention they each deserve. Parker Shear Lagomarsino handles a wide variety of cases for individuals and businesses. The firm prides itself on providing ethical representation and strong advocacy in and out of court. Our team of experienced lawyers and paralegals work hard daily to ensure the firm's clients get the best possible results. Clients can reach the firm at 702-383-2864, 702-383-2864, or at radio at parkershear, PARKERSCHEER.com.
Hi, this is attorney Andre Lagomarsino, partner at Parker Shear Lagomarsino Law Offices. Nevada has a rich legal history dating back to our inception as a battle-born state during the Civil War. Please tune in to our radio show, Nevada Justice, Fridays at 4 o'clock p.m., where we will discuss this history, both past, present, and future. Our goal is to inform the Las Vegas community of their legal rights and to hear any questions or concerns from the public. So please tune in to Nevada Justice, Fridays at 4 o'clock p.m.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nevada Justice. Now, before we get started, I'd just like to let you know that if you want to get in contact with us off the air, you can reach our firm at Parker Shear Lagomarsino, 702-383-2864, or you can reach us via email at radio@parkershear.com. Now, today's show is about different career options in the legal field. So there are a ton of different options when it comes to choosing a job in the legal world. Lawyer, paralegal, and judge are the positions that first come to mind. But there are ones that are not so well known, and we're going to talk a little bit about the well-known and the not well-known. So, JD...
Nice.
That would be the judge.
Yeah. Good job. Jay, why don't you tell us a little bit about being a lawyer?
Well, being a lawyer, first of all, you're the butt of many jokes. How many lawyers does it take to put in a light bulb? How many lawyers, can go to the bottom of the sea? Not enough. All those types of jokes, right? But actually, joking aside, I'm very grateful to be an attorney. Being an attorney really gives you a lot of freedom to decide what you want to do with your life. As an attorney, you don't have to be in the courtroom. You can assist companies. You can assist nonprofits. You can work for the United Nations. I think having that degree does assist you in your goals in life, no matter where you want to be, in that title, regardless. Now, there are a lot of attorneys that probably people don't like and could give a better image to the profession, but there are a lot of attorneys that behind the scenes will help people and do anything they can to advocate for their clients. Most people have a good grasp on what an attorney is and does. They advise and represent individuals, businesses, and government agencies on legal issues and disputes. So at Parker Shear Lagomarsino, we have a couple of pro bono cases going on. At one time, we just had a case that we closed where a lady was not paid by her boss. It was a very, reasonable amount of money, but it was important to her. We took the case on and assisted her. So those are, types of cases that they're not financially rewarding, but they make you feel good,
Morally.
and that's why we do it. A lot of those cases we'll give to Rebecca because
Yes, I do handle
she's one
that.
of patients. Another gentleman we're helping, he's potentially looking to have his bank accounts garnished. He's not in a position to really have that happen, and it's kind of ridiculous that he's in that position, but we're assisting him there. So as an attorney, you get to help people at the level that you can, help people. And I will tell clients, sometimes the clients will ask us, wow, especially the ones that give us a little freebie, or we give a freebie, they're saying, hey, can I give you a Yelp or Avo review? And I say, and Rebecca heard this the other day, please don't put on there that we did this for free, because if we have to do everything for free, obviously we can't take care of our
Help
staff.
everybody.
Yeah.
But we help where we can.
Yeah, but
Yes.
we do help.
Definitely.
And then the people that pay their fees, they're extremely grateful. We had a client, come in this week, provided us with a lot of sweets, and
I
she's
know.
happy. And people call us their team, and people come to us when generally they've exhausted all options. They need to resort to the law. So that's what an attorney does.
Can you talk a little bit about what kind of education you need to be an attorney and the whole bar exam process?
Sure. You need a bachelor's degree from any school, basically, and then you need to go to a law school. And 50 years ago, you didn't have to go to a law school. You just had to take the bar exam. Now, you can basically go to an accredited law school and take the exam. A law school education is usually 3 years. Some people get it done a little quicker. Some people take a little longer. But a class is typically one semester, and then you have one test at the end of that class to determine, what your grade is. So it can be a little bit stressful, but I actually enjoyed
stressful.
it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I did 4 years in college, and at UNLV, loved it. Went to Omaha, Nebraska. Had a totally different outlook on things there compared to Vegas. Snow, wind, cold, but people were great, and 3 years went by really, really fast. I did get a lot of good golf in the last year because I kind of didn't go to class as much as I should have, and that was reflected in my grades, unfortunately. But I knew,
Senioritis.
yeah,
Yes.
senioritis is right. 7
Perfect
years
term.
senioritis. Yeah, I would call it punting. They'd be like, "Oh, Dre's going to punt. He's leaving." So,
Is it difficult to get into law school?
I mean, it's not easy, but it's totally doable. I remember seeking out mentors during the time that I was applying, and it's doable. That's the only thing I can say. It depends on the law school. Some law schools may accept you, some may not. But I had a judge explain to me, undergraduate degree is like a key. It's going to a key that gets you into a door. That's law school. Law school degree is going to be a key that gets you to be able to take the bar exam. The bar exam passing, that's a key to be able to let you to practice. So it's not too hard. It's just doable.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about paralegals and legal assistants. Now, paralegals and legal assistants perform a variety of tasks to support and help attorneys, including maintaining and organizing files, conducting legal research, and drafting documents, not to mention spending ample time on the phone with clients and opposing counsel. Most paralegals have an associate's degree or a certificate in paralegal studies. Some paralegals have a bachelor's degree, and some just learn with on-the-job training. I have found as a paralegal, you pretty much get assigned to help on a wide variety of projects. One day you could be researching defendants on Facebook, and the next you could be drafting a 20-page demand. I think that's what makes the job so enjoyable, is that you never know what you're going to be doing next.
Let me ask you
I
guys.
agree.
Yeah. So sometimes you have to get a lot of direction. Is it hard for you both to be told, hey, we need this, make it happen? Constantly, daily, hourly?
No. I'm used to it.
And I just think it's fun. It keeps you on your toes and makes
Yes.
the time go by. Like, you really don't know what you're going to be doing next. Like, there's so much to be done and so many steps to be taken that it's really, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Me too.
It's challenging, but it's a good kind of challenging. Not like something that's so stressful or...
Yeah, or redundant.
Yeah.
I don't want to come in the office and input into a spreadsheet for 8 hours.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So
That's
it
why I went
breaks
into
it up.
school. Yeah. I think it's not the most, I guess the best explanation as to why you'd become a lawyer, but I felt like I wanted to go in the legal field because I didn't want to do the same thing every day. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, people earn great livings doing the same thing every day, but for us, it's a little bit different. We come into the same office, we may type the same type of a thing, but it's not the same subject matter.
Right.
It's a little different. It's interesting. It's something you haven't heard before. So,
Every
I
case
like
is different.
yep.
I feel like our positions give us a lot of room to grow. I feel like I've completely grown from when I first started, and it also gives you a chance to kind of play like investigator. Like, it's fun.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times we found something on Facebook
Oh my
or
God.
what did we find lately?
Just like cases that they've had prior, and you get to play
Yeah.
Dick Tracy. Steph's really good at it.
Yeah.
or subpoenaing somebody and they say, "Oh, I'm not coming," and then we trick them into it
Yes.
via Facebook. And they show up thinking they're coming on a date, really, or
Watch out for Parker Shear.
Yes. Watch out.
But it's fun, and it's rewarding at the end of the day, too. Like you said, Dre, helping people and to see how happy they are when it's all said and done. It's really makes you feel good.
It does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now let's move on to a position that's a little less known, I think, is a court reporter. Now, court reporters create word-for-word transcriptions at trials, depositions, and other legal proceedings. Some court reporters provide captioning for television and real-time translation for deaf or hard-of-hearing people at public events, at business meetings, or in classrooms. Most court reporters work for state or local governments in courts or legislatures. However, some work remotely in broadcast captioning from either their home or central office. Many community colleges and technical institutes offer post-secondary certificate programs for court reporters. Many states require court reporters who work in legal settings to be licensed or certified by a professional association. I've seen court reporters in action, and it's very impressive to see them typing away.
Yes, I agree. Just
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, Stephanie and I were sitting in a deposition yesterday, and there's a very good court reporter named Jeannie.
Jeannie,
And,
whatever Jeannie wants.
Whatever Jeannie
gets.
wants, she gets. That's right. She wants a lunch, we take a lunch, But they are essential. They create the record of what's going on, and they type really, really fast.
Oh, my gosh.
I think each key is a word. So
Yeah.
it's not, the standardized keyboard with it's a letter. It's
A
words.
whole word.
Oh, sure. And it just shows you, even with software applications out there now that can do voice to text, they still have some level of inaccuracy. So you get a court reporter there, they're going to type what they've heard, they're going to send it for corrections. If there's a video deposition, they're going to compare it to that recording. It's hard work, and they work very hard. We are appreciative of our court reporters. They make the record in the case, for sure.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine how stressful of a job that would be to make sure you hear everything correctly, spell everything correctly, get everything down. And people talk on top of each other all the time, so you have to take that into account, too.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Drake, can you tell us a little bit about the judge's profession?
Judges.
Yes.
Well,
And we talked about this at length with the judicial elections, so...
Well, sometimes we go to a little party called Meet the Judges.
Oh, yes, we did go to that last
We
year.
love that
We
party.
love the Meet the Judges party because you will see the judges at their most laid back.
Yes.
When you see them in the courtroom, they're the complete opposite, usually.
Robes on.
Robes on, right?
Hair up.
And hair up, boys and girls. But they have a tough job, and they have to listen to usually two very skilled advocates making an argument that, you listen to one argument, you can go one way, you listen to the other, you can go another way. So they have to research the law, they have to make a decision, and most importantly, these judges are making decisions on people's lives. We've talked about family law in the past on this show. When you're talking about dividing somebody's assets and who has custody of their children, it doesn't get any more important than that. You have judges who will talk about heavy financial types of issues that could either eliminate a company or make or break somebody's life. So it can be very important. even on that level, you can go down to small claims court. It's still important to that person to the point where they felt like they need to bring a lawsuit. So judges have a hard time. They have to be an attorney for several years. In Nevada, they need to get elected. If there's a vacancy, then be appointed. So it's a tough job, but you have to give them props. They work hard.
And you have to be an attorney first.
Yes.
To be a judge.
Actually, Nevada in the past had a position in justice court where he did not have to be an attorney. And there was a judge in the past, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he was amazing. He was about 85 or 90 years old, and he did not have a law degree, but he did all the traffic tickets. And he was the reason why, Nevada would just be like, okay, it's a parking ticket. You go in there. I wish I could show him the respect of remembering his name, but he was an amazing judge. Now they do have to have law degrees, but in the past, some of the judges on the lower level to cases did not.
And the federal judges are appointed, and the state judges are elected.
Correct.
Who appoints the federal judges?
The president of the United States appoints, makes an appointment, makes a proposal for an appointment for a federal judge, and then is the Senate that will confirm them for life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they also have better courtrooms.
They do. They're much bigger.
Fancier.
It's the wood that makes it good. Yeah.
The jury rooms are also nice.
Yes, very nice.
As we've seen.
Yes, we have.
Well, let's move on to a position I don't think most people know about, arbitrator and mediator. Now, arbitrators and mediators help to resolve conflicts outside of the court system by facilitating negotiation and dialogue between disputing parties. Many arbitrators, mediators work for state or local governments or in the legal services industry. Arbitrators and mediators typically learn their skills through a combination of education, training, and work experience. Now, Andre, I know we've worked with a few mediators with our firm. Do you have any that stand out?
Yes. Oh, yeah. There are some really good ones, and there are some really ones that stand out for the wrong reason. But let's talk about the good ones. Best has got to be Joe Bon Jovi.
Oh my!
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I love him.
Yes.
Loved him.
Yes.
Love him.
Yeah, Joe Bon Jovi was one of the original mediators in town who, when mediation became fashionable, was top of his game. We've had him in a case a couple of years ago, and he's not one of those mediators. These mediators charge a lot of money for their time. Joe doesn't charge you for every minute of his time. Even after the mediation was done, he pursued us to try to settle the case because the case did not settle at that time. But through his efforts, he was able to make it happen.
That's what I found impressive was the
Me too.
after.
Yeah.
The effort.
Yeah.
He really tried.
Yeah,
He really did.
He's the best.
And
I
it was
think,
successful.
Yeah.
So.
Judge Lawrence Levitt, also a former magistrate judge, federal court. He's one of those judges that has respect of the plaintiff's bar and the defense bar, and so both sides have to agree on who's going to mediate the case. He, again, excellent judge. And sometimes I haven't had settlements in front of him. Sometimes he doesn't see it the same way I do, but he's prepared. And sometimes you'll get mediators who are not prepared. I've had mediators, and I won't say names, of course, but I've sent, an hour worth of reading to them, and they'll tell me, I didn't read it. I've already seen this type of thing before. So
How do you do your job if you don't read what?
yeah,
It's baffling.
it is, and you just don't hire them again, basically. But those are the two best. Jackie Glass, also
I was
very
just
good.
going to say OJ's.
Yeah, she's very good. So
She helped us out.
yeah, there are a lot of good judges and who become mediators.
And that must be a difficult job too, because you're not only supporting the people that you're talking to, but you're also showing them the flaws of the case as well. Like you have to play devil's advocate.
You do. You have to tell them why they should settle, and that's why a mediator is going to tell one side you need to pay, and the other side you can't get as much as you want. So they say, as I've repeated, you guys have heard it a million times, but a good settlement is one where both sides equally think that they didn't have
They're
a good
upset.
settlement, right? Yeah. The plaintiff thinks they should have got more money, and the defense thinks they should have paid less, but that's where a good settlement lies.
Well, those are a few of the positions in case you want to pursue a career in the legal profession. And we're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back with Nevada Justice.
Hi, This is attorney Andre Lagomarsino, partner at Parker Shear Lagomarsino Law Offices. Nevada has a rich legal history dating back to our inception as a battle-born state during the Civil War. Please tune in to our radio show, Nevada Justice, Fridays at 4 o'clock p.m., where we will discuss this history, both past, present, and future. Our goal is to inform the Las Vegas community of their legal rights and to hear any questions or concerns from the public. So please tune in to Nevada Justice, Fridays at 4 o'clock p.m.
Hey, this is Kate Pearson from the B-52s for RAD. Getting drunk is your own business, but when you drive drunk, you make it everybody's business. Don't drink and drive. Be responsible, plan ahead, and choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives, and so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Every day, people are afraid to report violent crimes. In times like these, choosing to report a crime or helping the police can be a difficult decision. A no-snitching culture has sprung up in our communities, making it unpopular and sometimes even dangerous to report a crime. Do the right thing by calling 911 or your local crime tip line. If you're the victim of a crime, report it. If you know about a crime, report it. To learn more about how to do the right thing, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
In 1941, the USO was born to honor and comfort the men and women of our armed forces around the world, to touch their spirits, to simply and heartfully thank them for the extraordinary gift they give us all. And so the USO will carry on, wherever and whenever they go, until every song is sung and every battle won, until everyone comes home. To find out more about the USO, visit us at uso.org.
Tom Gilmore lives on a farm. There's a storm on the way, so he's boarding up the windows of his house.
Haley Williams lives in an apartment. It's a beautiful day. She's making her usual monthly donation to the American Red Cross.
Tom doesn't know a tornado will leave his family with no place to go.
Haley doesn't know her gift will help give Tom's family shelter.
When you support the Red Cross, you change a life.
Starting with your own.
Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcross.org to learn about life-changing opportunities in your area.
Here in the Las Vegas Valley, Parker Shear Lagomarsino is dedicated to giving each of our law firm's clients the individual attention they each deserve. Parker Shear Lagomarsino handles a wide variety of cases for individuals and businesses. The firm prides itself on providing ethical representation and strong advocacy in and out of court. Our team of experienced lawyers and paralegals work hard daily to ensure the firm's clients get the best possible results. Clients can reach the firm at 702-383-2864, 702-383-2864, or at radio at parkershear, parkerscheer.com.
Okay, welcome back. Well,
Thank
you. It's time for interview 2.
Number 2.
2 fabulous paralegals that we have here from Parker Shear, which are among other fabulous paralegals that we have. I have to say, our staff is strong and experienced, and I'm extremely proud of our office, individually and team-wise.
I love our family.
Yeah.
I was just going to say family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We are having a Friendsgiving on Wednesday.
Friendswork giving.
Yes. So I think I'm in charge of bringing grape
booze.
juice. Oh, grape juice. Okay, booze. All right.
You're in charge of the booze.
Okay. Well, I want to interview Rebecca Reyes. You know,
I'm so nervous.
And sometimes we have these pre-show meetings where we talk about the questions, but she has no preparation for this.
I'm going in blind.
Yes, I have a feeling it's going to be a good interview. She is. She's amazing. So. Well, Rebecca, you've been with Parker Shear for about 2 years,
yes,
right? And you've elevated from assistant to legal assistant to paralegal now. Mm-hmm. And to the disdain of some of the paralegals there, you didn't have to be a file clerk. You didn't have to be a receptionist. Right? You really just got elevated. I don't know how that happened.
You didn't have to push the red wagon across the street.
That's right. Stephanie Moore had to take a red wagon full of file folders in 110-degree heat across the street.
I got lucky.
Yes, dodging any number of obstacles on the way in downtown Vegas. So you came in and you were kind of the golden child. But why don't you tell us what your career path was before you went to Parker Shear Lagomarsino.
Well, it was completely opposite. I will tell you that. I actually, I double majored at UNLV, so I got a degree in criminal justice, but I also got a degree in theater. I thought I was going to be a big actress. I moved to New York to try to pursue a career on Broadway. That didn't turn out so good, so I came back. And I kind of remembered that I did have an interest in law, and the 4 years that I spent in it, I enjoyed it. So I decided to look around, and I was lucky enough for my first callback to be Andre, and it's been great ever since. I still do acting on the side when I have time or...
Well, you've actually won some awards. I mean, let's not be modest
not
here.
downplay it, Rebecca.
Yes.
No,
I mean,
it's just a hobby.
We've had team little excursions to some of your movies.
Yeah.
Tell us about your portrayal of Anne Frank.
Well, I feel like I've been playing Anne Frank for like 10 years now. Okay. I played Anne Frank in undergrad at UNLV. And then I got to do it again in New York, just a small company. Then when I came back, I actually performed Anne Frank at the Smith Center. And then I was asked to perform a monologue from Anne Frank in front of Mr. Sandoval out in Carson City. And
Andre's
then,
one.
Yeah.
Some people say we look similar.
You do. And then now actually we're trying to get the school board to fund a performance of Anne Frank at the Smith Center so that people or students who are reading the literature can come and see a production of it. So we're still waiting on news from that.
When I was preparing these questions, I have a few here. I'm showing you the sheet. There's quite a few, but it was a question that Rob Baer asked, I think, in a pre-show meeting. Why are you always so happy? What is
Bon
so...
Jovi asked her that, didn't
Yeah, Bon Jovi asked you that too. Why are you so happy?
I smile a lot. I don't think you should waste time not smiling. I feel like everyone has their own private battle. There's always stuff going on, but you just got to try to be positive. I'm healthy. I'm in a job I thoroughly enjoy, and I have a great family life, so I can't go around moping.
Okay, so what makes you mad? That's what I want to hear. Sometimes, I'll tell you, I think one hint would be, sometimes I'm just sitting there in my office, and it's quiet, right, in the office, and it's early morning, and then all of a sudden I hear, it's just Rebecca and I in the office, and so I know she's alone, and I'll hear, customer service. Is that because you really enjoy automated phone systems when you have to talk to them?
They are the worst. Medicare has the worst automated service. Like, you are literally on there for half an hour before you can speak to anyone.
Yeah.
I think that would make me very angry.
What else makes you angry? Miss Reyes.
Eating meat.
Eating meat?
I'm a vegetarian. So
Yes.
that's a big part of who I am. So I get a little upset with things.
I know.
Like that.
Lawrence, we're sitting here with two vegetarians. Yeah, we're kind of...
2 and 2.
I'm only half.
Okay.
So I'm a halfie.
Okay. All right.
And I don't like super aggressive drivers.
Okay. Is that
Driving's
why you don't drive on the
dangerous.
freeway?
Yeah. I
Okay.
try to avoid the freeway at all costs because whenever I do, I feel like people are trying to ram into me because they're in such a hurry.
Okay.
So that makes me a little angry.
Rebecca has the cutest car.
She does. She does. She
That's
and
already
Denise.
falling
Her
apart.
twin. Yes.
Yes.
Well, how can you compare life in New York to life in Las Vegas?
Good question.
You know, when I first moved to New York, it was an incredibly difficult transition. I mean, I would call my mom at all hours crying. It's just a different world out there, from the people to the environment to just your day-to-day routine. Here, there's space. There are things that are new. You can spread out. Life's at a different pace than it is over there. Granted, I was a struggling artist, so that adds a whole layer of difficulty onto it when you're trying to pay the rent working 4 part-time jobs. But I I feel like Vegas is just an easier place to live. And I'm born and raised here, so I had all my family here. I think being so isolated out there was really difficult, too.
I understand.
Yeah.
I was checking around on your background with your little partner in crime, Denise Valdivia, and she informed me...
She shares an office.
Yes, she informed me that you, growing up, were a favored child compared to your other siblings. Let's hear more about that.
Well,
Oh, my.
I only have one brother, and he was as equally spoiled as I was, but I was definitely a princess growing up. I think my parents probably caved into every single little thing I asked for. And just now, I think when I came back from New York, I realized how amazing they are. I mean, you always think parents are these superheroes and they don't do anything wrong, and then when you realize that they have their own faults, you kind of hold that against them. But coming back, I realized how strong they were as individuals, and I couldn't be more grateful to them for everything that they've provided for me.
Was part of your upbringing heavy attention to My Little Pony? Because that has stuck with you.
That is sure a theme.
I loved My Little Pony when it first came out, and then I rediscovered that it had brand new episodes. And if you watch My Little Pony, it's not really just for kids. Like, they teach valuable lessons, and the animation's very great. So yes, I love My Little Pony.
I love it. Rebecca's so professional on the show and in the office, and she writes these tough letters, but when it comes down to it, My Little Pony is what gets her.
I'm an old softie. What can I say?
Can you explain, as a paralegal, what is a demand letter, and why do you enjoy writing demand letters so much?
Well, writing demands is definitely my top favorite thing to do as a paralegal.
Top.
Definitely. Like,
Okay.
number one on the list. It's kind of like taking a creative writing class. You have these set of facts, and you have these people that you feel strongly about doing right by, and you get to write this story and narrate the story of what they've experienced and back it up with facts, and it's just kind of like, it's just very gratifying to me, and that's why I like writing in general.
And you're demanding
Yes,
money
you do.
for those clients,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yes,
Cash
yes.
money.
Now,
She doesn't mind putting a 10-day demand on there.
Not at all.
not at all. Now, I've learned through the grapevine that you, from time to time, will feed your significant other, Brian, at the dinner table. Is this
AKA
true?
Valdivia? Is this AKA Valdivia? Oh, Denise.
Is this true, and why?
Oh, Denise.
He likes to eat a lot, and I think it's fun to feed him, so I'll feed him, and then I'll feed my dog, and it'll go back and forth.
Well, this interview, and both of you actually, could go on forever. I think I'm just going to bring you guys in on Fridays and interview, because you guys are on the hot seat. Otherwise, it's Dre. I don't want to talk about it.
We got to interview you next, Jay.
Yes. You can interview me anytime. Well, thank you. Nevada Justice is over for this week.
Yes.
And legal careers, maybe we'll have legal careers too. Thank you, Rebecca Reyes, Stephanie Moore.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, our entire staff at Parker Shear.
Thank you, Parker Shear.
Yes, we are very grateful, and to our clients. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
If you follow the old Kit Carson trail until desert meets the hills, oh, you certainly will agree with me. It's a place of 1,000